All right, how many of you actually watched Magazine Dreams? The same complaint I had with that movie, I'm going to have with this one. I understand what this movie was going for, but it felt very exaggerated for the wrong reason. Chase Lee Hockey here with the Blue Futon reviewing If I Had Legs, I'd Kick You. So what's about pretty simple premise. Rose Byrne is playing a mother who is struggling because her husband, I want to say, works on a cruise line and is a captain or something, has gone away for like 3 to 6 months at a time, something like that. And then she has a lot of issues on her plate, especially a hole in her roof, her daughter's medical issues, her trying to pay for stuff. As she's a therapist, she has a lot of patients that are needy and doing a lot of crazy stuff and just other crazy shenanigans that's ensuing in this 2-hour movie. And did I like it? I think it's a good crafted movie, but did I actually like it? I'm going to say the answer is no. And just like I said with Magazine Dreams, it's over-exaggerated to an upteenth degree, where at a point I was like, just fucking stop. I understand what they're going for. I really do. They want to make this tense environment, but at a point I just started being like, okay, this is too exaggerated for me to be actually intense. Positive. Rose Byrne does a fantastic job playing this mother character. She does a good job in front of Conan O'Brien, A$AP Rocky, and things like that. Conan O'Brien also does a good job with what he's trying to do, even though his is a little bit more tame of a role. But I understand what they're going for. The look of the movie is very simplistic of what they were trying to do, especially with the medical scenes, with the tube and the child, which is very interesting. They decided not to show the child's face throughout the whole movie except one specific scene. Now, that was an interesting directorial choice, but it is pretty good. There's just also little things in this movie where I just felt like, you know what? Could she have done something better to make her life easier? And the answer is 100% yes. And that's another reason why, when watching this movie, I was a little bit more frustrated with, like, just park the fucking car. Just park the car. There's no way parking is that horrendous where you could just walk the fuck in. Some shit like that where I'm like, just park the fucking car. Or other little things where it's like, you know, some things with your patients. I have nothing wrong with things with her patients because some of them are crazier than others, especially this one girl with a baby. And at a point, you do feel sorry for Rose Byrne because there's probably some crazy ass shit like that with people in the real world that are just so anxious and like don't know what to do with themselves. So I do understand that part. The hole in the ceiling, I know that's supposed to be kind of a metaphor, especially with the hole in her daughter's stomach. But at the same time, I'm thinking like, like what is actually happening with this? And if it's an apartment, like, that it's a weird apartment. It looks like almost a townhome. But what am I supposed to say? What am I supposed to say? I don't know where this is based out of. So there's that. Also other stuff in this movie where I just feel like Rose Byrne was doing it to herself, like stop drinking alcohol, stop doing drugs. That's probably making your shit worse of like hangovers. And I know it's supposed to quote unquote relieve stress, but at the same time, does it? Or does it add anxiety to your plate because you're not in the right state of mind 99% of the freaking time? Bad decision with A$AP Rocky, nothing sexual, but things that lead to like, what are you actually trying to do in these scenarios? Like, I am a little kerfuffled of what you're trying to do. This movie's sound design, I think that's the two main things this movie people talk about is the sound design and Rose Byrne. The sound design, it is supposed to make the audience tense, anxious of like what is going on. But at the same time, I'm just like, okay, you're overdoing it to an extent, especially with the crying and the daughter. And at the same time, this daughter, it sounds like shitty parenting at the same time, where it's like, you need to, I wouldn't say train your daughter's wrong, but tell your daughter, like, to an extent, like, you got to be a good parent and listen to, set boundaries with your kids, set boundaries. Because I know for a fact, growing up, I sure set boundaries, so I would never, ever do anything like this as a child. Never. Like this screaming antics. Never have done that. Never. So at the same time, it also makes me wonder where all these new movies where they're like, I'm not ready to be a mother, I can't be a mother. It's like, what about all these mothers in the 40s and 50s and 60s and 70s and 80s? Or when I want to even look back to like other countries in Portugal where they were like giving birth to like 12 kids. They never bitched and moaned like this. I put money they never bitched and moaned like this. So at a point, I'm thinking like, is this movie a first world problem movie? And at a point, it's like, it's hard for me to like grasp it. I mean, there are interesting aspects of this movie where she does talk about Conan O'Brien, about, you know, something that happened in her past. I thought that was an interesting character arc. And it feels like this movie, she doesn't want to be an adult, right? Because every time she's like, tell me what to do. Tell me what to do. No one's going to tell you what to do at this point in life because no one really knows. And that's what she wants Conan O'Brien to tell her what to do. And that's where he's like, I see what you're trying to do. Get out. Because she wants to put responsibility on someone else instead of herself. Yes, is the father, Christian Slater's character, a complete asshole at the same time? Absolutely. But it's like, it's film frustrated me for the exact wrong reasons. And I think some people are going to like it or not. I think at a point it's a hard movie for me to rate. It really is, because I understand what the movie is going for. I was never bored with this movie, but I was more frustrated with some of the character choices and just like, what the fuck? Like, I feel like you're doing this to yourself tenfold. So if I had legs, I'd kick you will receive a 2.5 out of 5 with Futons, but he was at 50%. Yeah, I was teetering between a 60 and 50. And I think I'm going to go with this 50 just because the more I think about this movie, the more I'm like, yeah, maybe I'll go up to a 60 one day and a 50 the other day. But yeah, it's one of those movies. So let's say the critics and user scores gave this one. So critics a 93% with 136 of them. Audience score 70% with over 100. Critic consensus, liable to leave audience in a cold sweat, false. This fever dream immersion into parental stress connects with thunderous force thanks to Rose Byrne's gutsy star turn and director Mary Bronstein's uncompromising vision. I disagree. I was not in cold sweats. I was more of like, this is exaggerated. Like, there's no way that's going to happen. Then that patient, then you have that shitty patient, then you have that shitty patient, then you have the Conan O'Brien thing, then you have the hole getting better, then you have the landlord going away for a week, and then you have, A$AP Rocky breaking his leg, and then you have you breaking the bag, and then you have pulling out the tube, and then you're not going to the meeting. Like, at a point in the hamster, at a point, it was exaggerated way too much for me. 50, 70, 93. Chase out here at the Blue Futon. Like, comment, subscribe. One of these Futontopia, you Blue Futonians. Thank you for watching. A great day. I'm going to watch today, tomorrow, a week from a month, and a year from now. Every single freaking one of you. Peace and love, peace and love. And do you think this is exaggerated? Or am I just looking at this the wrong way?